Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. G. I just wanted to make a really quick video to go over this surface area homework because I'm not really here in front of you to explain it to you. So hopefully you found it on the VLE. There were just 3 questions. The first one was a rectangular prism, then a triangular prism, and then a cylinder. Okay, so if you found the video and you feel like maybe some of your friends would benefit of this as well, please feel free to pass the word. So the first question, we have a rectangular prism, or cuboid, some folks might call it. It's basically made up of 3 pairs of the same rectangle. This first one here, I colored orange. That rectangle is 14 by 3. So therefore, you're simply going to do 2 times 14 times 3 for the area of the 2 orange rectangles. There's an orange one here in front and an orange one there in the back. Each rectangle has its own pair. Then I went to the yellow one. That yellow rectangle in my picture is 8 by 3. We have 2 of them, so therefore you're just going to have 2 times 8 times 3. And then this top one here is kind of the more, I guess, the largest of the rectangles, and it is 14 by 8. Again, you have 2 of them, so 2 times 14 times 8. When you do all that multiplication, you should get your 2 orange rectangles, in my case again, are 84 together, then 48, then a 224, making a total of 356 centimeters squared. Okay, make sure you got that one right. Let's move to the next one. The next one is a triangular prism. So we have 2 triangles that are exactly the same shape. We only really need to find the area of one of them and multiply by 2. This square here is important. It tells us that this side here that is 16 is perpendicular to that side there that is 12. So those are my base and height of the triangle. Okay, so 16 times 12, when you divide by 2 and then also multiply by 2, those kind of cancel out. So basically 16 times 12 gives you 192. That is the area of the 2 triangular pieces. Okay. Next, we have the fact that there are some rectangles here. Those 3 rectangles are all different rectangles. So, for example, this one here on the side, that one is going to be, looks like 12 by 12. Isn't that my first one here? Okay, so 12 by 12 makes 144. Then we have another rectangle here. That one is 16 by 12. 16 by 12. The height is also 12. So 16 by 12 is another one of my rectangles. 16 and 12 right there. That makes 192. And the one that we haven't done yet is maybe again the largest one. That's going to be here. This kind of front facing rectangle. So that is 12 by 20. 12 and 20 together make 240. Add up all 4 of those numbers, you should get 768 inches squared, and that is the entire surface area of that triangular prism. Remember, 2 triangles and then 3 rectangles. We put them all separately here because they are 3 different rectangles. They're not exactly the same dimensions. Moving on. Our last and final one, which is maybe the most difficult of the 3, is a cylinder. Clearly, a cylinder is made up of 2 circles on the top and the bottom. We have 2 circles here. Okay, be aware that this 9 feet that they gave us is in fact the diameter of those circles. So therefore, the radius is going to be half of that, 4.5. It's okay to use decimals. We'll have calculators on your quiz in your test, so it's okay. So the radius is 4.5. Remember, the area formula for a circle is pi r squared. This 2 in front comes from the fact that there are 2 total circles. Okay, that's maybe the easier part. Okay, so we have this idea that when you pull open the sides, this piece here, if you were to open that up, you would actually see a rectangle. Okay, what's tricky to remember, and write this on your formula sheet that you get on your test or your skills check. What's important to remember is this length here. Basically, in this case, I guess it's the longer length. The base of the rectangle is the same as the circumference of the circle because it wraps around, giving you that same exact length. That is the circumference of the circle. So you have to calculate that portion of your rectangle. Okay, it's 9 pi because circumference is pi times diameter. Diameter, they tell us here, is 9. So, and then the height is 7. Okay, so the other dimension of my rectangle is 7. So this piece here represents the rectangle. There's only one rectangle, so there's not a 2 or anything in front. Just one rectangle. All right, 2 times pi times 4.5 squared should give you 127.17. But remember, you have to do the exponent first. So make sure you do the 4.5 squared first, then the multiplication. And then this piece here is simply the 9 that comes from the diameter times by 3.14. 9 times 3.14 times 7. That is the base times the height. That gives you this number here, 197.82. And therefore the answer is 324.99. 324 and 99 hundredths. If you rounded that up to 325, that would be just fine. Okay, I hope that helps, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that helps you kind of work through the homework. Surface area is not easy, so let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys soon.